What if I told you that one of the most intimate and common acts of human existence, far from being a simple physical release, hides a secret key capable of opening portals of power, wisdom, and fullness that few imagine? What if you discovered that an energy that many waste daily could, if mastered with consciousness, become the most powerful source of vitality, mental clarity, and personal magnetism? Since time immemorial, the great esoteric and alchemical traditions have spoken of sexual energy as the most potent elixir of existence. It is not only the force that gives origin to biological life, it is also the fuel that builds organs, renews the brain, and sustains the flow of vitality in every cell of the body. The Taoist sages knew this well. Whoever masters their seed masters their destiny. In modern society, masturbation has been trivialized, converted into an automatic and often compulsive act, empty of consciousness and lacking purpose. But what nobody usually tells you is that there exists a sacred and alchemical way to masturbate, not for mere release, but to cultivate, refine, and return that energy to the body and spirit, generating an expansion that impacts all areas of life. This knowledge was carefully guarded by Taoist masters and practitioners of internal arts, like Mantak Chia and the guardians of sexual Qigong. They taught that the key does not lie in repressing or abandoning sexual energy, but in learning to control it, transform it, and redirect it. Because whoever masters this vital current accesses an inexhaustible source of personal power, physical rejuvenation, mental lucidity, social magnetism, elevated intuition, and even material prosperity. Herein lies the profound difference between the path of the masses and the path of the master. One leads to depletion and emptiness, while the other leads to expansion and fullness. You are about to learn a knowledge that for centuries was considered reserved for initiates. We will explore how ancient cultures conceived of conscious masturbation. You will learn the fundamental principles of sexual energy retention and return, and you will understand why proper management of your sexual energy can transform you into an all-powerful being, master of your body, mind, and reality. Prepare yourself to enter into one of the best-kept secrets of practical esotericism, because when you understand how to manage the energy that gives life, you can create any reality you imagine. This is not exaggeration. It is sacred biology. It is internal alchemy. It is pure power awaiting awakening within you now. To understand why sexual energy is one of the most powerful and sacred forces, we must enter ancient civilizations where sages did not separate body from mind, nor physical from spiritual. The management of sexual energy was seen as an alchemical art, a sacred science capable of transforming the entire life of whoever cultivated it with discipline and consciousness. In ancestral China, Taoist masters observed that sexual seed, known as Jing, was not simply biological fluid, but the most concentrated form of vital energy. Each drop of semen contained the very essence of life, energy that, if lost excessively, weakened the body and diminished longevity. But if conserved, refined, and recirculated inward, it nourished the brain, strengthened the spinal cord, rejuvenated organs, and expanded consciousness. This gave rise to practices like the art of seminal retention and the microcosmic orbit, where sexual energy moved consciously from the sexual center toward the spine and crown. The Taoists held that true immortality was not denial of pleasure, but transmutation of desire into vitality and longevity. In Vedic India, Tantra taught similar principles. Sexual energy, known as Shakti, was the most powerful manifestation of cosmic energy. Through techniques like Maithuna, conscious union, and bandhas, energy seals, practitioners learned to raise sexual energy through the chakras awakening Kundalini, the inner fire serpent leading to illumination and union with the divine. Medieval alchemists spoke of the union of sulfur and mercury, symbols of masculine and feminine principles that, when integrated within the energetic body, generated the philosopher's stone, symbol of total transmutation of being. These alchemists sought to transform themselves, elevating vibration through sublimation of internal sexual forces. In Egypt, mystery schools taught that the secret of longevity and spiritual expansion resided in conservation of vital essence. Priests of Isis and Osiris practiced rituals where energy generated through sexual union was directed toward superior centers, creating a magnetic field allowing connection with celestial spheres. The common thread through all cultures is clear. Sexual energy was sacred, an evolutionary tool whose misuse led to dispersal and loss of power, whose conscious use granted vigor, magnetism, clarity, and spiritual expansion. Today, we have forgotten this art, but ancient teachings resurge, reminding us that we can reclaim this wisdom and apply it in daily life. To understand how conscious management of sexual energy can transform body, mind, and spirit, we must visualize how this energy flows within us. Imagine your body as an ancient dynamo or energetic generator, a subtle machinery capable of producing great amounts of vital electricity. Sexual energy in this system is the densest and most potent fuel, but also the most delicate. If spent without control, the dynamo overheats, wears out, and loses capacity to produce force. But if managed wisely, that energy feeds the entire system, potentiating physical, mental, and spiritual capacities. According to Taoist and Tantric teachings, sexual energy originates in lower centers, specifically in the lower Tan Tien, lower abdomen, or root chakra. This energy, called Jing in China or Ojas in India, is the raw material with which the body is built and life is sustained. It is no accident that the body invests great resources in semen and sexual fluid production. These contain vitamins, minerals, amino acids, hormones, and enzymes, feeding all systems. When a person masturbates unconsciously and frequently, this energy is lost with each ejaculation, generating fatigue, loss of concentration, discouragement, and even physical weakness long-term. Ancient masters observed this and taught the practice of retention and energetic recirculation. It is not about repressing desire, but directing the energy generated by excitement toward other body centers. How does this work? Through specific techniques like contraction of the PC, pubococcygeus, muscle, ascending breath, and conscious visualization, the practitioner learns to move energy from genitals toward the spine, abdomen, heart, throat, and finally toward the crown. This path is known in Taoism as the microcosmic orbit and in Tantra as Kundalini ascent. The effect is surprising. Instead of losing energy, the body revitalizes, the mind clears, emotions balance, and a sense of fullness emerges, transcending physical pleasure. A clear analogy is a pressure thermostat. When sexual energy accumulates in genitals without direction, pressure increases until released explosively. But if we open channels toward the rest of the body, pressure distributes, nourishing and energizing each part. This process not only prevents depletion, but increases sensitivity, vitality, and personal magnetism. Additionally, sexual energy is highly electromagnetic. When recirculated, it strengthens the auric field, explaining why people practicing these techniques radiate magnetic presence, natural confidence, and charisma. Their energy does not escape. It concentrates, refines, and expands throughout their entire being and consciousness. Until now, we have understood that sexual energy, when conserved and recirculated, nourishes the body, strengthens the mind, and expands consciousness. But to achieve true mastery, we must integrate nuances, advanced techniques, and a philosophy of balance and consciousness. The first fundamental nuance is the difference between repression and transmutation. Many fall into repressing their sexual impulse, which generates tensions and emotional imbalances. Repression is forced containment that does not allow energy to flow. Transmutation is a conscious and fluid process where energy redirects toward higher purposes. Here enters the esoteric concept of water that rises. Imagine sexual energy as steam in a pot. If sealed hermetically, it explodes. If you install a valve, steam ascends and generates electricity. This is how recirculation functions. We move energy through the body, avoiding accumulations or losses. Taoist sages taught the inner smile, a technique where gentle breathing and visualization direct energy toward vital organs like the heart or kidneys, transforming sexual energy into elevated emotions like gratitude or compassion. Another key aspect is frequency regulation. It is not about never releasing sexual energy, but finding personal equilibrium. A healthy young man might allow occasional release, while an advanced practitioner seeks greater retention and recirculation. A guiding principle is vitality after the act. If you feel weakened or mentally clouded, you lost too much energy. If you feel renewed and vital, you successfully conserved and recirculated. The objective is refined self-awareness. Essential is intention when practicing. If masturbation occurs from compulsion, energy disperses. If practiced with full attention, deep breathing, visualization of ascending energy, and inner cultivation intention, results transform completely. An empty act becomes a ceremony of self-mastery. An advanced technique is PC muscle contraction, acting as an energetic pump. By gently contracting during excitement without climax, you avoid ejaculation and push energy upward through the spine. Combined with ascending breath and visualization of light moving to the crown, this exercise refines Jing into Qi and subsequently into Shen. Remember that sexual energy cultivation is not an end itself, but a means to strengthen the entire energetic system. As it recirculates and sublimates, organs strengthen, mind clarifies, and intuition expands. The practitioner experiences greater creativity, emotional balance, social magnetism, and spiritual connection without external stimuli. Now that we have explored the fundamental principles of conscious sexual energy management, it is time to bring this wisdom into daily life, in simple, practical, and profound ways. The true alchemist does not only know the laws of the universe, they apply them in every breath, every act, and every thought. First, breathe. Do not rush. When excitement arises, do not race toward climax. Breathe deeply and slowly. Inhale through the nose, visualizing energy ascending from the base of the spine toward the abdomen or heart. Exhale through the mouth, releasing tensions. This breathing not only calms you, but redistributes sexual energy throughout the body. avoiding genital accumulation. Breathing is your best ally for transforming pleasure into vitality. Second, contract the root muscle. Consciously activate the pubococcygeus muscle, the same used to stop urination. Perform gentle and sustained contractions during moments of excitement without excessive force. This action pushes energy upward, facilitating recirculation and preventing unnecessary loss. Practicing this daily, even outside sexual contexts, strengthens your energetic foundation. Third, clear intention and elevated visualization. Before any practice, plant an elevated intention: health, clarity, creativity, or spiritual expansion. During excitement, visualize golden or white light ascending your spine toward the heart or crown. This visualization guides energy toward superior centers, refining its vibration and potentiating its effect in daily life. Fourth, balance and inner listening. Do not obsess with absolute retention, nor impose rigid rules. Listen to your body. If you feel excess tension or discomfort, allow conscious release without guilt or compulsion. The key is finding your own rhythm, always ensuring you feel vitalized, not exhausted. Quality surpasses quantity. One practice performed with consciousness surpasses any number. Applying these 4 keys with patience and constancy, you will notice subtle but profound changes. Greater physical energy, mental clarity, emotional stability, personal magnetism, and serenity permeating all your actions. Well-channeled sexual energy manifests in all life areas, not only intimate ones. Remember, the body is the alchemist's laboratory, and each conscious act is a distillation of power. Do not seek immediate results. This path is an ascending spiral that, with time, reveals capacities and perceptions that before seemed impossible. Consistency transforms everything, and discipline becomes freedom when applied with love and conscious intention toward your highest evolution. Throughout this journey, we have unveiled knowledge that for centuries remained hidden, guarded by sages, alchemists, and masters of ancient mystery schools. Sexual energy is not a simple physiological impulse, nor merely recreational. It is a sacred force, a vital current, capable of transforming our body, mind, and soul. When this energy is wasted unconsciously and compulsively, the price is high. Loss of vitality, mental fatigue, emotional dispersal, and a life disconnected from its true power source. But when we cultivate this energy with consciousness, attention, and discipline, an inner alchemy emerges that rejuvenates, clarifies, and expands every aspect of existence. Today, you stand at a crossroads. You can follow the common path where energy escapes like water through fingers, or choose the path of the inner master, one who does not deny impulse but elevates it, who does not repress desire but transfigures it into creative force. Remember always this profound truth: the power you seek outside already dwells within you, latent in every cell, in every breath, in every pulse of your being. What we have explored is not merely a technique. It is a path of energetic sovereignty, an invitation to become the absolute sovereign of your own temple. When you master your sexual energy, you master your mind. When you master your mind, you govern your reality. When you govern your reality, you become the conscious architect of your destiny. This knowledge is not to be admired from distance, but lived, incarnated, and experienced. This is the first threshold toward a life where your body is a sacred laboratory, your energy is a refined treasure, and your spirit is an illuminated beacon. The ancient Taoist adage summarizes this art. Conserve your essence, refine your breath, expand your spirit. This is the way of the sexual alchemist, who transforms ephemeral desire into eternal power. Share this wisdom and allow others to remember their forgotten power. Subscribe to this channel and give this video a like, so together we continue exploring teachings that from time immemorial have guided seekers of balance, mastery, and transcendent truth. Remain attentive to upcoming videos, where we continue revealing mysteries of internal alchemy, esoteric techniques, and spiritual expansion. Each step inward opens unlimited universes outward. May the force of your refined energy, the clarity of your mind, and the expansion of your spirit illuminate your path. Until the next threshold, we meet.